Hi friends, today we are discussing State Board 10th Standard N815 English First Language 2025 Part 1 Section 1 and 2 Question and Answers. Disclaimers. 8 N815 2025 English 03 First Language Revised Course. Time 3 hours and mark 80. Activity sheet. Question and answers. Section 1 and 2 we are discussing today. Before starting this video, kindly type in YouTube search @ Ishwarya Vijay Kumar and kindly subscribe the channel. Section 1 Language Study. Question number 1 A1. Do as directed. Any 4. The first question. Pick out the infinitive from the following sentence. He was asking to go for the consent. That is the questions. Here is the answer, infinitive to go. And a brief answer and explanation of these questions. An infinitive is the base form of a verb, usually preceded by to. Example, to eat, to run, to go. In the sentences, he was asking to go for the consent. The verb to go is the infinitive because it expressed the actions in its base form. And question number 2. Identify the type of sentence. Get out and wait in the yard. Imperative sentence, that is answers. It gives a command or instructions. The brief answer and the explanations. They identify the type of the sentence. The sentence is get out and wait in the yard. Is an imperative sentence because it gives a command or instructions. Imperative sentences start with a verb and do not require a subject, as the subject you is understood. And question number 3. Arrange the following words in alphabetical orders. The answer of these questions: indisputable, inequality, interactions, inventions. And a brief answer and the explanation of these questions. Here I mentions they check the first letters. If they are the same, move the next letters and continue comparing. Inventions, inequality, indisputable, interactions. The first letter is I and N, and check the second letters. Indisputable, inequality, interactions, inventions. Since all second letters are the same, we move the third letter. They check the third letter. Indisputable D and inequality E, interactions F, that is the third letter, invention V. The order of the third letters D, E, F, V, so we arrange them accordingly. Thus the correct alphabetical order is indisputable, since D comes first, and inequality since E comes after D, and interactions since F comes after E, and invention since V comes after T. So answer alphabetical orders: the indisputable, inequalities, interactions, and the inventions. Finally, that is the final answers. Question number 4. Complete the word chain of noun. Podium M ... dash. Complete the word chain of nouns. Podium, market, tree, elephant, telescope. That is the final answers. Each word start with the last letters of the previous words. The brief answer and the explanation of these questions. The word sign means forming a sequence where each word starts with the last letter of the previous word. The given word podium ends with M, and the possible word M is market, ends with T, and the tree ends with E, elephant ends with T, and the telescope ends with E. Complete the chain. Podium, market, tree, elephant, telescope. Answer is the podium, market, tree, elephant, and finally telescope. Question number 5. Punctuate the following sentence. Can you cook? Here the questions punctuate the sentence can you cook, that is the questions. Since it is a questions, it need a capital letter of the beginning and a questions mark at the end. Here I mentioned that yellow color, capital letter of the first letters and the question mark, that is the answers. So can you cook, the capital letter of first letter and question mark. Question number, do as director if any two, Q1A, A21. Rewrite the following sentence in the past perfect continuous tense. I am doing my bit. The answer of these questions, I had been doing my bit. The brief answer and the explanation of these questions give sentence I am doing my bit. The past perfect continuous tense is formed using had been plus verb plus ing. The subject remains the same I and the verb is doing is a continuous form. So the correct transformation is I had been doing my bit. This means that the actions was happened for a period of time in the past before another actions or point in time. The furthermore examples of brief explanation of the same past tense, present tense and past tense and future tense. I write a letters, this conversions of passive form, active form also. I write a letters in passive form, a letter is written by me and he writes a letters, a letter is written by him. And past tense, I wrote a letters the same way a letter was written by me. He wrote a letter was written by him. Future tense, I will write a letter, I will be written by me. He will write a letter will be written by him. The present continuous tense, I am writing a letter is being written by me. He is writing a letter is being written by him. He is discussing and one more example is being discussed. And the past continuous tense, and the past continuous tense was writing a letter was being written by him and he was writing a letter was being written by him. In future continuous tense, I will be writing a letter and he will be writing a letter, no passive form. In present perfect tense, I have written a letter has been written by me. He has written a letter has been written by him. And past perfect tense, I had written a letters had been written by him and he had written a letter had been written by him. The future perfect tense, I will have written a letters will have been written by me and he will have written by letter he will have written a letter will have been written by me. Actually here him. The same way present perfect continuous tense and past perfect continuous tense. Here whatever given in tense, present perfect continuous tense, I have been writing a letters and the same way he has been writing a letter. And the past perfect continuous tense, that is a question of our sentence, I had been writing a letters, he had been writing a letters. The same way future perfect continuous tense, I will have been writing a letters and he will have been writing a letters. There is no passive form of these last three tense, present perfect continuous tense and past perfect continuous tense and future perfect continuous tense. The finally the same answer of these questions, I had been doing my bit. That is the final answer. And question number 2. Make a word registered for 4 words related to bank, loan, deposit, interest, check. There is the final answers. The brief answer and explanation of these questions. They make a word register for 4 words related to bank. A word register is a set of words that are commonly associated with the particular topic. For bank, related words of included loan, money borrowed from the bank, deposit, money kept in a bank account, interest, the extra money earned or paid on saving or loan, check, a written order to pay money from the bank account. On question number 3, the king executed the bearer man brother. The being the sentence with the bearer man brothers. The answer of these questions: the bearer man's brothers was executed by the king. The yellow color underline one, that is the final answer. The brief answer and the explanation of these questions are here. Given sentence, the king executed the bearer man brothers. The sentence is an active voice. Subject the king, verb executed, object is the bearer man's brother. In passive voice, the object man's first. The subject is either omitted or introduced with by. The verb is changed using was, were plus past participle of the main verb. The correct transformation is the bearer man's brothers was executed by the king. Answer is the bearer man brothers was executed by the king. Question number B1A. A diamond is one of the most precious stone. Answer of these questions: A. Very few stones are as precious as a diamond. This is a positive degree. And a brief answer and explanation of these questions. The original sentence says that the diamond is among the most precious stones. This means that there are very few stones that can match the diamond in value. Very few is used to indicate rarity. And question number: a diamond is more. B1. A diamond is more precious than most other stones. Under the brief answer and the explanation of these questions, a diamond is more precious than most other stones. The original sentence implies that diamonds are more precious than almost all stones. More precious than most other stones keep this meaning intact. The degrees of comparisons: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. For example, the cat runs fast. Positive degree describes the single quality such as strong. The cat runs fast. Comparative degree compared with two entities such as stronger. For example, the cat runs faster than dogs. Superlative degree compares 3 or more entities such as strongest. For example, the cat runs fastest of all animals. B2. Make two sentences by using a given word as a noun and as a verb without using its form. Approach the word. The answer of this question is the teacher approach to explaining the complex topics made learning easier for student. As a noun, approach referred to a method or way of doing something. In this sentence, the teacher's approach to explaining complex topics made learning easier for students. Here, approach is a thing, a noun that describes that way or method the teachers using to explain topics. And the second one, as a verb, the train begins to approach the stations as passengers got ready to board. As a verb, approach means to move closer to something or someone. In the sentence, the train begins to approach the sentence as the passengers got ready to board. Here, approach is the actions as a verb that describe the train coming closer to the station. This demonstrates how the same word can function as both as noun as a verb, depending on its usage in the sentence. The question number 2.1. Here is section 2. Textual passage, reading skills and vocabulary and grammar. Reading the following passage and do the given activities. The match the followings of column 1, column 2. Here is the questions. Match the World Heritage sites given in column A and with the names of the countries given in column B. World Heritage sites, countries, and Machu Picchu, Australia, Sydney Opera House and Austria, and Yellowstone National Park. Here ABCD is the historical center of this Vienna, Peru. As of 2019, there are 890 World Heritage sites and they are located in 148 countries map. And 689 of these sites are cultural and included places like a Sydney Opera House in Australia and historic centers of Vienna in Austria. 176 of naturals and features such as locations as a US Yellowstone and God Canyon National Park. 25 of the World Heritage sites are considered mixed, that is natural and cultural. Peru, Machu Picchu is one of these. Italy has the highest numbers of World Heritage sites with 44. India has 36, 28 cultural and 7 naturals, 1 mixed World Heritage sites. The World Heritage Committee has divided the world countries into 5 geographic zones, with included Africa, second one Arab state, third one Asia and Pacific, included Australia and Oceania, and fourth one Europe and North America, and fifth one Latin America and the Caribbean. Like many natural, historic and cultural sites around the world, many World Heritage sites are in the dangers of is being destroyed or lost due of war, poaching, natural disorders like earthquake, uncontrolled urbanizations, heavy tourist traffic, and environmental phases like air pollution and acid rain. Finally, the answer of this question is Machu Picchu is Peru, and Sydney Opera House, Australia, Yellowstone Natural Park, the US, and Historical Center of Vienna, Austria. The answer is mentioned here. The brief answer and explanation of this question: Machu Picchu is an ancient Incan city located in ends of mountain of Peru. It is an UNESCO World Heritage Sites and one of the most famous archaeological sites in the world. It is mixed heritage sites, meaning it holds both cultural and natural significance. It is famous for its breathtaking and landscapes and well preserved the archaeological range. Sydney Opera House, Australia. The Sydney Opera House is an iconic performance arts venue located in Sydney, Australia. It is known for the unique for architectural designs and is one of the most recognizable landmarks in the world. The Sydney Opera House, located in Sydney, Australia, is one of the most iconic cultural landmarks in the world. It is recognized for its unique and architectural designs. Is a famous center for performing art, including opera, theaters, and concert. And the third one, Yellowstone National Park, C, the US. Yellowstone National Park is located in the United States and is famous for its geothermal features, including the Old Faithful Gyres. It was the first national park in the world and UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Yellowstone National Park, located in primarily is Wyoming, with parts of Montana and Idaho. It is a natural World Heritage Sites in the United States. It is known as for its geothermal features, including the famous Old Faithful Gyres. It is diverse wildlife, including bears, wolves, and bisons. Historical centers of Vienna, B, Australia. Historical center of Vienna in Australia is known as of its rich cultural history and baroque of architectures and musical heritage. It is home to famous landmarks such as the Hofburg Place and St. Stephen Cathedral. Each of these sites is geobarely globally significant for its historical and cultural and natural value. The Historic Center of Vienna in Australia is a cultural World Heritage Site. It is famous for its historical architecture, including baroque castles and gardens and landmarks like a Hofburg Place and a St. Stephen Cathedral. And Vienna has been a major center of music, art for centuries. These sites are recognized by USESUO for this historical, cultural, and natural importance. And next, to compare the following verb: dangers to be a World Heritage Sites. The answer of this question is dangers to the World Heritage Sites: war, poaching, natural disorders or earthquake, uncontrolled unurbanization. The answer of these questions here answer I mentioned here war and poaching and natural disasters, example earthquake and uncontrolled urbanization. The brief answer and the explanation of these questions. First, war. The armed conflict and war can cause significant destructions to cultural and natural heritage sites. Bombing, looting, and deliberate attack can damage historical monuments, temples, and buildings. Example: the destructions of the ancient city of Palmyra in Syria during the Civil War, and poaching war. Poaching many natural historical sites, especially wildlife reserve, face theaters from poaching. Illegal hunting of and trafficking of endangered species disrupt ecosystems and threaten biodiversity. Example: illegal huntings of elements of ivory in the Celsius Games Reserves, Tanzania. Third one, natural disasters: earthquake, floods, and fires. Earthquake, floods, volcanoes, eruptions, and other natural disasters can severely damage or completely destroy heritage sites. The climate change is also increasing the frequency of such disaster. Example: 2015 Nepal earthquake caused severe damage of Kathmandu Valley and heritage sites. And uncontrolled urbanizations and rapid and unplanned urban development around historic sites leads to pollution and deforestation and reducing their historical and natural value. Example: overcoming and pollution near Taj Mahals due to the industrial and urban expansions. The other theaters included heavy traffic. Other threats included heavy tourist traffic, air pollution, and acid rain, which can erode monuments and disrupts the natural balance of ecosystem. The another questions: classify the following words in the given tables: naturals, allocate, protect, and heavy. The adjective and verb. The answer of these questions: adjective natural and heavy, and verb is allocate and perfect. Protect, allocate, and protect is the verb. And next, a brief answer and the explanation of these questions. The adjective are words that modify or describe noun by providing more information about their qualities or attributes. In this place, natural describes something in here and or existing of natural, example natural resource or natural beauty, and heavy describes a characteristics of weight or intensity. Example: heavy rain, heavy traffic. Verbs are words that indicate actions, processes, or state of being. In this list, allocate the means to distribute or assign resource, duties, or responsibilities. Perfect means of God defeat or keeping safe from the harms or dangers. Thus, by examining their functions in language, we clarify the adjective of these questions of natural and heavy, and verb is allocate and protect. Do as directed. You pick out the subordinate class and name of it. There are 890 World Heritage Sites that are located in 148 countries. The subordinate classes that are located in 148 countries, that is the answer. The type adjective classes if described World Heritage Sites. And do as directed. Identify the subordinate class and its type sentence. And there are 890 World Heritage Sites that are located in 148 countries. Identify the main class. The main class is there are 890 World Heritage Sites. The part of the sentence may complete the sense of on its words. Identify the subordinate classes. The remaining part that are located in 148 countries does not make complete sense by it. It provides additional information about World Heritage Sites. The type of subordinate class, this class is described World Heritage Sites, meaning its functions are as on adjective classes, also called a relative classes. It begins with the relative pronouns, that which is a common indicator of objective classes. And next questions, the World Heritage Sites are in danger. The verbal. Frame your verbal questions. The answer of these questions are World Heritage Sites in danger. The brief answer and explanation of this question. Subordinate classes that are located at 148, and the type adjective classes is described World Heritage Site, and the verbal questions are World Heritage Sites in danger. All World Heritage Sites in danger. The framing verbal questions. In framing verbal questions, the heritage sites are in danger. I understanding the sentence structure. Subject is World Heritage Sites, or verb or predicate in dangers. Converting into a verbal questions. To frame the questions, move the verbal or before the subjects. The questions becomes are World Heritage Sites in danger. This is a yes or no questions because it can answered with yes or no. The another questions, question number 2A5. How can we preserve our historical moments? The answer of this question, the regular maintenance of and restorations, conduct routine inspections and repair to prevent damage from the weathering and pollutions, protecting from pollutions. Second point, reduce air pollutions and control acid rain which can erode monuments over time. Under tourist regulations, implement strict guidelines for visitors to prevent vandalism, littering and overcrowding. Use of advanced technology, utilize modern preservation techniques such as laser cleaning and nanotechnology, coating and structural reinforcement, and legal protections. Enforce strict law and penalties for defacing or damaging monuments, and public awareness and educations. Educate to people about the importance of historical monuments and encourage responsible tourism and controlled urban development. Ensure that construction and industrial activities near the monuments do not harm their structures or historical values. And eighth point, community involvement. Encourage local communities to participate in conservation effort through volunteering and awareness program. By following the measures, we can protect our cultural historical for future generations. And next questions, 2B1. And read the following and do the given activities. Complete the activities. Names of the peoples given credit by the speaker. Here is the questions. and I gave a biggest credit to his honor my movements Kalu Kumar and Doom Das and others Kishores from India and Iqbal Mashi from Pakistan, and who made the supreme sacrifice to protect the freedom and dignity of children. The humbly the humble accept this award to behalf of all such my martyr, my fellow activities across the world and my countrymen. My journey from the great land for land Lord Buddha, Guru Nanak and Mahatma Gandhi, India to Norway as a connected between the two centuries of global peace and brotherhood, and ancient and modern. Friends to a noble community has generously invited me to present a lectures. Respectfully, I am unable to do that because I'm representing here a sound of silence, the cry of innocence, and the face of invisibility. They represents my millions of those children who are left behind, and that why I have kept and empty chairs here as a reminder. I have come here only for share to voice and dreams of our children, because they are all of our children's gestures to everyone in the audience. I have looked into their threatening and exhausted ears. The name of the following given credit of the speakers: the first one Kalu Kumars and Doom Das and others Kishore and Iqbal Mas. The brief answer and the explanation: the speakers in the passage is acknowledged and given credit for four individuals: Kalu Kumar and Doom Das and others Kishores and Iqbal Mashu, who has made sacrifice for their causes of protecting children's freedom and dignity. The Kalu Kumar, Doom Das and others Kishores, there are individual and are mentioned as a part of the speaker movement in India. Though not widely known figures, they are likely activities of children's right to defenders who played a crucial role in the struggles against child exploitations. Iqbal Masih, a well-known child rights activity from the Pakistan who was forced into the child labor at a young age. After escaping, he became a prominent voice against the child slavery before being a surgical assassinated in the age of 12. By mentioning these names, the speakers honors the sacrifice and contributions in the global fight for the children's right. The speech of also emphasizes the speaker's commitment to advocating for the millions of children who continue to suffer from exploitations and injustice. Next questions: filling the box to center of global pieces. The global center, two centers of global pieces: the United Nations (UN) and the International Court of Justice (ICJ). The answer of brief answer and the explanation of these questions: United States UN. UN is international organization founded in 1945 to promote peace, security and cooperation among the countries. It plays a major role in the preventing of conflicts and resolving international disputes. International Courts of Justice (ICJ). ICJ is a principles of justice body of UN. It settled as legal disputes between countries of gives and advisory opinion and international legal issues contributing to global peace. And these two institutions are known for their effort in maintaining world peace and resolving conflict of diplomatically. Filling the block box and speaker representations. The answer of these questions: a country on organizations or causes, the humanity, peace, justice. The speaker represents the answer of depend upon the passage provided Brief answer and explanations. Generally, a speaker is speech about the peace and social justice might represents a country. If a speaker of political leaders or diplomat, they are represented their nations in their international forum. The organizations are a cause if a speaker is from the UNICJ or a human rights group, they may represent the global peace, justice and humanitarian effort. Write the antonyms. Question number 2B3. Write the antonyms of the following words by adding prefix honor and broken. The answer of this question is honor is dishonor and broken is unbroken. The brief answer and explanation of these questions. Honor means represent, respect or high regard. Dishonors means disgrace or loss of respect. Prefix dis is used to form the opposite meaning, and broken opposite word is unbroken. Broken means damaged, shattered or not in one piece. Unbroken means whole, continuous or not broken. The prefix un gives the opposite meaning. And question number Q2B3 to give one word for the following from the passage. A person who works for social change. A person who sacrifices his or his life to the country, for the country. The given answer of this question is one word substitutions. A person who works for social change. Reformer. A reformer is someone who tries to improve society to bringing positive changes in the political, education and human rights or other areas. For example, Mahatma Gandhi was a great social reformer. B. A person who sacrificed his or her life for the country and martyr. A martyr is someone who died for a cause, especially for their country or religions. Bhagat Singh is remembered as a martyr for Indians' freedoms. And do as directed. There is a questions. And a humble accept this award on behalf of all such martyrs. Award. A humble accepts this award on behalf of all such martyrs. A determinator this, all. These two words is determiners. And brief answer and explanations. A humble accept this award on behalf of all such martyrs. Determinants this, all. Determiners are words that modify nouns by providing information about the quantity, possessiveness and a specificity or defineness. This is a demonstrative determinant because it specifies a particular noun award. All is a quantifier. Determiner because it indicates the total numbers all martyrs. And question number B41. I have held their injured bodies and felt their broken spirits. Here answer of these questions. I have not only held their injured bodies but also felt their broken spirits. And brief answer and explanation of these questions. And I have held their injured bodies and felt their broken spirits. And rewrite. I have not only held their injured bodies but also felt their broken and spirits. And that the not only but also structure is used to emphasize two related actions. Here held their injured bodies to felt their actions spirits are the two connected actions. Not only is placed before the first verb phrase held their injured bodies and but also is placed before the second verb phrase felt their broken spirits. And question number B5. Would you like to be a social worker when you grow up? Why? Yes, I would like to be a social worker when I grow up because I would allow me to help people in need, supports and underprivileged communities and bring positive changes into society. And social work is a noble professions that help improve the lives of others, and it would give me a sense of fulfillment and purposes. Explain why. This question is asking a personal opinion. A good answer should explain to why you want or don't want to be a social worker. The response should include a clear reasons such as helping others and making a difference or improving society. For further contact us, I given here for details. And kindly type in YouTube search at the rate of Ishwarya Vijay Kumar and kindly subscribe the channels. And thanking you. Thanks for watching this video. Any doubt means put the comment box. And thanks once again.